All right, today we're kicking off a series of videos where we dig deep into the Zero Width Workbench. This is going to be a high-level kind of structural overview, and then in the next couple of videos, we'll get into hands-on screen sharing tutorials where we're going to build and design some intelligence from the ground up within the workbench to solve a specific problem. Today, I just want to structurally lay out the different moving parts and how we see the future of this work actually being done within organizations. Right now, our workbench is in its early alpha stage, but hopefully soon, if you sign up for our waitlist, this will be you. Product designer, manager, technologist, strategist, anybody who's interested in getting hands-on with a large language model and customizing it for a particular purpose. As much as we can, we want the workbench to be language model agnostic, instead connecting to a variety of off-the-shelf language models. Today, Google's Palm 2 Bison models are supported, and all of the OpenAI GPT models from 3.5 to Instruct to Turbo 16K and through 4 are all available to choose and select as your jumping off point when you're beginning the process of designing a piece of intelligence. That intelligence is one of the main three things that you can build and customize within the workbench. It allows you to write custom instructions, inject variables, and deeply customize the way a language model acts and behaves and performs for a particular use case, way beyond what you're probably used to if you interacted with something like ChatGPT or Bard just off the shelf. One of the best parts about this is that every piece of designed intelligence within Zero Width Workbench comes with its own automatic demo interface. This means that right off the bat, you have a shareable public link that you can send to your team and stakeholders for them to interact directly with the work that you're doing. We want you to be able to make some changes, try it out, share it, get feedback from real people, and work through those problems early so you can make decisions about what's best for the particular problem you're trying to solve. The next main building block is something we call a knowledge set. This is what enables a large language model, even an off-the-shelf one, to go way deeper on a subject or extend into proprietary information that you manage or get knowledge that is up to date past its training cutoff that's available when you're interacting with something like ChatGPT's client user interface. What's neat about the decoupling of the knowledge set from the kind of designing of the intelligence process is that it lets your subject matter experts interact with that process directly. Those who are involved in setting best practices, designing user manuals, employee training, policies, data management can still focus on just that task. So those that are designing the intelligence can leverage all of that work to enable language models to go so much further than they can off the shelf using the workbench as an ecosystem to support the language model to take on a net new task. These knowledge sets could be massive or small. They could be about internal things or external data. It might be slow-moving information or something that needs to be updated almost constantly. How you manage information today, whether it was designed to be printed or presented in a slideshow or hosted on a website, is likely not the most optimal format for a language model to be able to crawl and interact and parse to solve a particular problem, answer a user question, or interact with data in a certain way. There's a whole new set of design decisions and information management decisions that go into this knowledge management problem that is going to be a massive focus of both the workbench and I think this entire industry for the next couple of years. Within the workbench, having these knowledge sets separate from the intelligence also lets multiple pieces of intelligence leverage the same core source of truth to solve many different problems throughout your organizations, internally and externally. Now, the workbench isn't just a prototyping platform. Once you have intelligence that you like and is working well, you can collect those up and embed them in what we call an app, which essentially puts an API around those particular bits of intelligence to serve up to your development team to actually embed them in either client-facing or internal tools or in anything that can make a post request, still leveraging the same collection of intelligence configuration settings that you've set together, the knowledge sets that you've been managing, and all of those things can be leveraged in multiple different places without your org, all tracked and organized within the workbench so that you can decouple each of these main stages of this work and the people within your organization can focus on the bits that are most relevant to them. You're not relying on engineers to make library science decisions or have subject matter experts within your org make decisions around the feature set, tone, and functionality of a particular language model, a virtual assistant, or embedded AI process. Each of these pieces within the broader ecosystem that needs to exist around a language model to turn it into a piece of designed and adapted intelligence against a particular problem can now get the attention that they deserve from the right people within your organization, resulting in a much, much better, much more effective end result. In the next video, we'll open up the workbench and I'll do a complete walkthrough from scratch, taking a model off the shelf and completely customizing it for a particular use case and showing you the power of the immediate prototyping interface, how you might deploy it as an API, and how it could actually show up in a real product that you're familiar with hands-on. Click the subscribe button to make sure you don't miss that video and the next ones in this kind of series as we dig deeper into the workbench. There's a link in the description to our website and another one to join the waitlist so that you can get access to this workbench hopefully very soon. We're super excited about it. It's great to be able to actually share and begin to talk about this stuff and showcase this on here. If you've been doing work in this space and have a different way of breaking up the steps or a different model or approach to it, I'd love to hear about it. Send me an email, drop a comment. This is something that we want to build kind of in public and get a lot of feedback on. Again, it's still in a very early alpha right now, but we'd love to hear how other people are beginning to approach this work and push things beyond just the engineering org into a more collaborative kind of cross-functional space. Either way, thanks again for watching and we will see you in the next one.